Hello everyone, this is ChakaWhat here, and today I'm going to be presenting to you my top 10 super mutants of Fallout. I am so sorry. Deepest apologies for not getting a proper list out to you, and I don't even want to know how long. Work, school, karate, music, my health, all things that have gotten in the way of me actually making a video. But I figured that super mutants would be the next logical step, since I already did ghouls. So this list includes both super mutants and nightkin, since they are technically the same class of being. Up at number 10, I have chosen Frank Horrigan. Horrigan was originally a Secret Service agent for the Enclave president, Dick Richardson. Haha, tricky Dick. He was plagued with many psychological problems and was highly sadistic, angry, with a fierce hatred of mutants. However, when he and a small team were sent out to excavate the remains of the Mariposa military base, he was infected with the forced evolutionary virus. Enclave scientists sedated him, and he went through his mutation while unconscious. Lucky duck. He was awakened again to be used by the Enclave as a superweapon. He did not consider himself a mutant, but many of the Enclave refused to go on missions with him. He was one of the most dangerous people of the Wastes until his defeat at the hands of the Chosen One at the Enclave oil rig. 9. Tabitha. Once a fighter in the Master's army, Tabitha moved on after the fall of Unity. She wandered the Wastes for years until stumbling upon a Mr. Handy robot named Rhonda, who became her best friend. She joined up with Marcus temporarily until founding her own State of Utobitha atop Black Mountain. She recruited super mutants into her civilization, referring to them as dum-dums, and also kidnapped a ghoul named Rahul and kept him as a repairman. She hosts a radio show atop the mountain with Rhonda, but is only talking to herself as Rhonda is deactivated. She orders the super mutants and nightkin under her control to shoot humans on sight, and because of this, an intelligent mutant named Neil has taken residence at the bottom to warn people away. The courier has the option of killing Tabitha or repairing Rhonda so the two may travel the wastes once again. 8. Erikson. It is assumed that Erikson was able to become peaceful and intelligent from being around the chemicals in the Vim Pop factory. Because of his newfound moral concerns about killing, Erikson was met with violence from the other super mutants in his group. Before he left the factory, he locked their leader, Grun, into a storage area, then went to live alone in the abandoned crash site of Horizon Flight 1207. He is friendly to humans and will sell the dogs that he raises. He also dons a wolf head, which bears a striking resemblance to the Vexillarius helmet of Caesar's Legion. Like, dude, stop wearing that. Seriously. 7. Strong. A semi-reasonable super mutant, Strong was locked into the highest cell of Trinity Tower along with his teacher, Rex Goodman, who attempted to teach the mutants Shakespeare in hopes of helping them achieve more intelligent thought. I don't really see Rex's logic, but I give him an A for effort. Strong was affected by the line, "Nature is too full of the milk of human kindness," from the tragedy of Macbeth. However, he took it a little too literally and hopes that in finding the literal milk of human kindness and drinking it, that he will be granted the strength that humans have that makes them successful in the wastes. Despite still wishing for super mutant superiority, Strong is smart enough to realize that in order for the mutants to be strong, they must work with the humans and not against them. The sole survivor has the option of freeing him and Rex from their confinement, after which Strong will agree to travel with them. 6. Brian Virgil. Reminiscent of the characterization of the poet Virgil from Dante's Inferno, which I am reading right now, Brian Virgil was a scientist of the Institute working in the Bioscience Division. He was given control of the forced evolutionary virus program after his predecessor passed away. Brian became overwhelmed with guilt at the suffering he inflicted on the test subjects and decided to destroy the research and escape. He inflicted himself with the virus in order to survive the radiation of the glowing sea and created a home there alone, occasionally trading with the children of Adam there. The sole survivor found Brian on their quest to find their son, and sympathetic to their cause, he decided to help. In return, he asked them to find a cure for his condition in the Institute, to which the sole survivor has the option of returning to him. 5. Lieutenant. Lou was the right-hand man of the Master, as well as the overseer of all operations at the Mariposa military base. Lou is the prime example of the Master's ultimate goal for supermutants. He is stronger, smarter, and more capable than the average human, and has no morals. After his creation, he quickly became the Master's favorite due to his intelligence and reverence of the Master's vision. He wholeheartedly believes in supermutant superiority, and revels in the nightmarish procedure of dipping humans into the vats of FEV. Fortunately, the vault door was able to stop him and the Master. 4. Dog and God. Back to the realm of semi-sorta nice. Dog is a Nightkin with split personality disorder who used to serve in the Master's army. After the collapse of the Mariposa military base, Dog was lost in the wastes in search for a replacement Master. He was taken advantage of by Father Elijah, who used him to bring travelers into the Sierra Madre. The other personality, God, kept himself hidden from Elijah for safety. Dog vehemently hates God. That sounds wrong. He hates the voice of God. No, that's worse. There's a lot of dogma here. Dogma, puns, puns, puns. Anyway, Dog really hates his other personality and will go to great lengths to weaken the latter, even carving his name on his chest and stuffing his hand into a bear trap because he is a masochist. Never mind. This is full of blasphemy, folks. Full of blasphemy. Dog brings the courier into the Sierra Madre, and they have the option of finding him and switching between who is the dominant personality. When one of the voices is not in control, they are referred to as being in the basement. God claims that he thinks of Dog as a brother, and though he often insults him, tries to do what is best for the two. 3. Lily Bowen. Lily was born 2 years before the Great War and grew up in Vault 17, where she lived for 75 years. This was until the Master's army invaded and captured her and her fellow residents. Lily was dipped into the vats of the forced evolutionary virus and made into a Nightkin. After the fall of the cathedral, she and her squad, led by Tabitha, wandered the wastes until meeting up with Marcus and forming a community at Black Mountain. Unfortunately, Tabitha's and Marcus's leadership styles clashed, and Lily traveled with Marcus to Jacobstown with the other mutants. Due to extended Southboy use, Lily is tormented by a much more evil and aggressive voice in her head named Uncle Leo. She is the primary subject used by Dr. Henry in his attempt to help the Nightkin, and he gives her medication to heal her mind. However, Lily still deeply loves her grandchildren, and is afraid that if she takes the medication at full dose, she will forget about them forever. 2. Marcus. Soft-hearted, intelligent, and strong, Marcus was able to leave behind the person he was in the Master's army and forge a new life for himself. While wandering the wastes, Marcus encountered a Brotherhood of Steel paladin named Jacob. The two fought endlessly for days, but neither could gain the upper hand. Eventually, they threw down their arms and became friends, debating topics such as the Unity and the Brotherhood. People began to follow them due to their strength, and they founded the settlement of Broken Hills. Marcus acted as the sheriff of the community, and even assisted the Chosen One on their quest for the Gek, and saving the people of Arroyo from the Enclave. When their mission was complete, Marcus returned to Broken Hills and remained there until the uranium mine dried up and the settlement was abandoned. Inspired by the Chosen One, Marcus took to the road again and met up with a supermutant named Tabitha and her followers. Together they formed the community of Black Mountain, yada yada, and finally Marcus found peace in Jacobstown, which he named after Jacob, where he encountered the courier. And for number 1 I have chosen Fox. Fox was one of the original residents of Vault 87. Soon after the vault was sealed, the Overseer and security began testing the forced evolutionary virus on the populace. The residents who were turned into supermutants then turned others into mutants and centaurs, leaving the residents either mutants or dead. Despite being infected, Fox was able to maintain his sanity, and even though he forgot who he was, he remained intelligent and morally grounded. Because of this, he was ostracized by the other supermutants. In the room he was locked in, Fox was blessed with a working terminal. Using it, he read up on history and became fascinated with the gunpowder plot of 1605 and the anarchist Guy Fawkes. Because of this, he took the name for himself, which I obviously approve of. He is found by the lone wanderer during their quest for the Gek, and they have the option to free him. If they do so, he will retrieve the Gek for them, and will even activate Project Purity for them by stepping into the radiation-filled room. Also, he is voiced by Wes Johnson, so your argument is invalid. I sincerely hope you've enjoyed my list and found it helpful, and remember to like and subscribe. Bye!
Do you believe in kissing honey? You bet I do. Well, I believe in kissing honey.